What is up, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of the Talk of the Ring show. It feels like it's been a minute because we're skipping some days now and we're doing 2 and 1, which is fine. It's cool. But we are live. So I'm just gonna hop right into the episode because you didn't come here to listen to me talk. But today we have none other than Antonio Rivera.
What's up, guys?
Hello, how have you been?
I'm good. How are you?
That's good. I'm good. So I told you before we started, I was like, my dad's gonna be in the chat, and there he goes. He's like, he's gonna come up with a chant. I'm telling you, he's gonna be like, he's gonna be chanting your name. He's gonna be like, yep, this is this. But I know you wrestled in Hazleton, and you were seen at the last PPW show as a fan. So people have been asking, do you think there's gonna maybe be a return someday soon, or do they just gotta pay attention and they gotta see?
I would say tune in. I am definitely in contact with McKeegan. Uh but yeah,
You know.
I could see the Dominican Dream coming back.
No, yeah. So y'all heard him. So you gotta follow his page on Facebook, and y'all gotta tune in, and you gotta see what's gonna be happening with him because there's a lot of stars I think that he could go great with, and we'll get into that later on in the video because there's some people. But so we're just gonna start like when you were in Hazleton wrestling. Who or what got you into like wrestling and like made you wanna do this?
Um that's I always been a wrestling fan. That is nothing new to me. And I have gotten word that PPW was in Hazleton, and then my sister had happened to get tickets from one of her boss to go to see a PPW show. And once I stepped into the building and I heard like the crowd and stuff, I just knew like there was no way I would have missed an opportunity to be able to one day perform in front of the crowd. And I spoke to Anthony, and I made it my mission to become a wrestler.
Definitely. And so like PPW like is kind of like your home base for wrestling. To like is that where you got trained or did you train somewhere else?
No, PPW is literally my home. That's from the ground up. I am all PPW. So,
So who trained you?
oh, Tommy Sway, uh, yeah, and Mikey, yeah, Mikey for a while, but Tommy is the man that made the Dominican Dream happen.
Definitely. So how did you like come up with like the Dominican Dream? Obviously you're Dominican, but how did the Antonio
uh, that was actually just given to me uh, in the fly. We were doing, promo nights and training, and um, somebody came up with a good promo, and it had the Dominican Dream, and it's just I couldn't get it on my head after that, and it just made it me.
Oh yeah. So you said like who you were trained by. How long would you say like you trained before you actually had like an actual match in front of a crowd?
It was a full year
That's
before.
No, I remember when you started wrestling, I was like, everyone's like, oh, he's just wrestling in boxers and he's like, he doesn't have his gear ready. I'm like, guys, he's learning. Give him some time. Trust the process. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people think you're gonna make a debut, so hopefully I remember you had like the little blue shorts and you had like the sequence on it. I think that was my favorite. So I think if you come back, you're gonna come back with a bang. So if people don't know, were you more of like a baby face or a heel?
I was a baby face. Yeah, I just enjoy hearing the crowd, and it came really easy. The crowd accepted me really good, and what is better than to please a crowd, and everybody goes home happy.
Exactly, yeah. So I told you my dad's now chatting Dream in the chat because that's what he does. But so like you wrestle like PPW said is your home base, and they started in Hazleton, and you were seen as a fan at the last PPW show, and did you see anyone that like caught your eye or did like the venue stand out to you and like the difference?
I definitely like the new spot. Um, and yeah, that night I did see somebody that you know that I would like to see in the ring one day, and that's Nolan Pierce. So I think he's just really good. I like the way he moves in the ring, and yeah, if the Dominican Dream comes back, I think that's one of the Dominican's dream match. Yeah.
Definitely. And I mean, he actually started in Hazleton too. I think he trained with Tommy and all the other ones. So I think maybe there will be some chemistry about having the same trainer and stuff, but that's cool. So you said like the crowd attracted you and stuff. What else would you say is like your favorite thing about wrestling? It doesn't have to just be like the indies. It could be like big time.
It's just getting to know people. I think is from, it don't matter if it's from a fan for the first time, or getting to meet somebody that I look up to, or just getting to see another show. Like I like to see how just everything in wrestling is just it just catches my eye. From how things are set up to just how they even broken down. Um, yeah,
No, yeah, that's cool. So like a lot of people like that said that when they got involved, they were like they helped set up the ring and stuff. Was that like something you did as well? Like you helped put it up, tear it down, clean up, and all that other fun stuff.
yes, definitely. Especially in Hazleton, when we were running out of Hazleton, I was there every Friday to help set up and take down things. It's a weird but like relaxing to put on a show and then take down the ring and just be able to take in what you did in that ring. It's a relaxing feeling for me.
No, yeah, definitely. And so like what age would you say you started training and helping out around there?
18. I was 18 when I went to my first setup and training.
That's great. I think now they start training at 16. So, like, I keep telling everyone, I'm like, I love what you guys do, and you can go in there and bust your ass off. But me, you're not going to see me in that ring. I'll be a manager, but you're not. No, no, no. Like, you can go and do all the hard moves and all that fun stuff, but no injuries for me. I'm too. Nope. But so you have many American dreams. Like, you have children, right? Or
Yes.
a child. So if they like, I think they're a little too young now, but if they came to you in the future, like, hey, I want to do what you're doing, would you be like, yeah, go for it, or like, rather not? But
No, 100%. I would love to be able to sit back and train my son someday, and you know, just be able to share the moments that I share now with like my coaches and stuff. Be able to like teach him about the business the way I'm being taught. It would be a pleasure for me to be able to teach my kids to wrestle and stuff. Yeah.
definitely. So I think, oh my god, that'd be adorable. You coming out with your little ones, like holding. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you guys, if he makes his debut again, I'm gonna be the loudest person. I don't even want to hear nothing about it. I've been waiting for this day since the moment he left. I was like, I found him on Facebook. I was like, yo, you need to make your return again. Like, we're waiting. A lot of people want this. So maybe. Y'all just got to stay tuned. But so you said your favorite thing. What would you like your personal, like, hardest part? Whether it's the moves, traveling, whatever.
For me, it was a lot of the moves. Tommy has good ideas, but as you see, the Dominican Dream is not really much of a high flyer. I stick to very technical and painful moves, yes. So
No,
putting my moves together and trying to develop the Dominican Dream was a fight at first because a lot of people wanted to see the high flying and stuff, and I was not okay with that.
I mean, and Nolan Pierce is kind of a high flyer in a way. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Maybe you got to pull some of his moves and attempt them, but don't die because we can't have you return and then die. But so was PPW the only place you wrestled as Antonio Rivera, or did you wrestle in like other locations?
I wrestled one time outside of PPW, but no.
Okay. So would you say you have like a dream venue that like once if you came back, is there a place that you would wish you would make it to or wrestle like Madison Square Garden, wherever?
No, I don't really think about things like that. It don't matter where I'm at. What matters to me is really the crowd. Like, as long as there's people, it's always a good energy for me. So it don't matter if I'm wrestling in a gym or in one day, be able to wrestle in WrestleMania. That would be, that's a great opportunity. But I take every opportunity like a blessing.
Definitely. I think you're like a simple person. Like your answers are like, "Yep, that's that." There's no extra story to it. It's just nope, that. No, I'm just kidding. But so like since you're not wrestling right now and you've seen WWE now and AEW now, is there like one that stands out to you more than the other?
I've been watching WWE since I was able to crawl. So WWE would always just stand out more just because that's where I'm comfortable. But yeah, AEW is not bad. I like it. But yeah, WWE is definitely my go-to.
No, yeah, that's awesome. So when you were wrestling at PPW, was there anything you did before you came out the curtain, like a warm up, chug some water? Like if you could think back that far, it's been a while.
Yes, first, uh, 10 push-ups, just to help my nerves, and then give myself a little pep talk and tell myself that I was the Dominican dream and it was time to deliver for my fans. And, and I let.
No, yeah, definitely. So when you were at PPW, you wrestled, I think, in like a lot of like the rumbles and like random tag matches and stuff. Did you prefer those rumbles or would you prefer like a storyline and like get a story across?
Um, I prefer the Rumbles. I think coming in, as young and then having so many veterans, the Rumble is a good way to be able to work with different people and get to know, styles and stuff and learn how to move around the ring a little better. So yeah, I like the Rumbles. The Rumbles. I would do the Rumbles again and again and again. Hopefully one day win one, but
I
there's
mean,
definitely a big development.
I think when people started to see like a familiar face at the last show, I know it was definitely me, and the Rumble was happening. I was like, well, your character and Hazleton was in a lot of Rumbles. I was like, man, if this man comes out, that's it. I'm going to lose my voice. I don't care what anyone says. I will always be an Antonio Rivera fan. I don't care. I have a poster and everything. I was like, man, you need to make. I think your last show when you wrestled, I think it was in Broadheadsville, and then after that, it was like no more of you.
I mean, if I got if they needed me for a Rumble, of course I'll take the opportunity to wrestle, no matter if it's a Rumble or not. But if I can make more of a stand on why I'm back, I think I'll take the opportunity.
Definitely. So I think if you come back, there's gonna be like there should be a storyline of like why you stepped away and like whether it could be about anything. I don't even care. Like, oh, this person said that I'm not a good wrestler, or the Mecca stole the title, or anything. Make it a good storyline, and that'll be cool. But a lot of matches now that we've been seeing in the indie scenes is a lot of like hardcore with weapons and stuff. Is that something like you'd be into, or are you like, I'll stick to
Mm,
the rumbles?
I don't mind a tough match. Hardcore matches are a little out of my lane. Um, on top of wrestling, I do other sports, so I would try to stick more to regular matches and you know,
Oh yeah, that's cool. So then another one would be intergender wrestling. How do you feel on that? Like men against women? Are you like, yeah? Or Stick to your own lane.
I say stick to my own lane. Um, Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not the example I would put out there for my kids. So
No, definitely. So people, it was a thing. Like, how long did it take you to come up with like your gear, your wrestling gear? It was pretty
uh,
simple, but
now that was actually handed down to me by my coach, and so I took the opportunity to be the jacket is Tom. So coming in and having the opportunity to you know to put on matches in the same gear that my coach has put on a match, you know, for so many other people. It was nice, and it took away from having to create the gear right away. Gave me time to think about. So that's where that gear came from. But I do have gear in works that's gonna.
I mean, maybe he has gear. Who knows? Like, that's on him. Like, maybe he's playing around with designs, like for the future. But my dad goes and says, "Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?"
Um, Again, I would take the opportunity to wrestle anywhere, just anywhere, just to meet new people and have a new crowd. But wrestling for me, I think is PPW. That's the only place when I think about wrestling, I really want to wrestle. So in 5 years, I will be holding the PPW Heavyweight Championship, and I would have a bunch of people on my list.
Amen. I'm saying I don't like Mecca. He has the title. I don't like Adrian. He has the title. So I think I don't care who it is, as long as you go in there and take the title from someone, I'm all for it. Well, like, so a question that we usually ask is like, who, like, at the time it was me and Sabrina doing the podcast. We would say, like, who can we see you facing? Obviously, Nolan Pierce, but I think another good one would be Bro Keller. He started in Hazleton at PPW, and he's working his ass off. I think that'll be another great one. But he's kind of a high flyer too, so
I mean, I'll take the opportunity to wrestle anybody again. But bring, I say bring them all. Like, it's just there
yeah.
can only be one standing, and every night I will make sure that's the Dominican Dream.
Amen. Y'all gotta follow him and see like his journey. Like, go and like do your research, do your homework, and see where he started and to where he will be at now. Because it's been a lot. You've been through a lot of those rumbles, like we said. You faced a lot of wrestlers. I think I may be wrong. I think you may have faced Sebastian Cage at one point. I think in Hazleton. It's been a long time since
Yeah,
in Hazleton. It's probably been about like 4 years maybe, but it's been a minute. But so, what, like, when you were wrestling, what motivated you to keep doing it? Like, to continue wrestling and stuff.
the crowd. I don't I don't even know how to explain it. Once you hear the crowd and all they want you to do is win, and they get excited from your music to when you're leaving the curtains again, that is like that is the most special feeling ever, just for somebody to be that interested in what I do, and you know be able to put a show. I think that's what I miss now, and that's what I kept doing that for.
No, yeah. So you miss it. I think that gives you more of a reason to come back and get to know some fans, get to see me, your favorite fan again, which he's not putting a label on it, guys, but I am his favorite fan. It's fine. But so after, like, so I can't really say it like that because you stepped away for a little bit. But if you came back and you ran and you did it for, like, let's say 10 years, do you think at that time when you're officially done, do you think it's going to be like an injury thing or like a mindset thing, like I don't just want to do this anymore and like be done completely?
I think when I'm done completely is because I will not be able to step in the ring no more to be able to put on, because I don't see myself not wanting to perform. that's just can't.
No, yeah. So like, and then you said at the beginning how that you have little U's, so that you would want to train them one day. Do you think like at that point, like when you're done, would you still want to be involved in wrestling, like training them or training other students, having your own school? Maybe
I,
not your own school, but being a trainer for it.
I would like to train my kids. I don't know about training, uh, a school, but that's those are things I see like in the future. That's a decision I would have to make. Because right now I wouldn't be able to say because you know
Because
I'm still performing. Well, I still want to perform and stuff, so I haven't had time to think about what comes after.
no, definitely. So then when you were wrestling, did you have merch? I can't really say that because usually we're like, yeah, do you have merch and where can people purchase it? But as of right now,
No, when I was wrestling, I didn't have merch. But
it's another thing I guess you're just gonna follow and see because he
yep,
doesn't have any answers.
yeah.
Then another question which I can't ask because I'd say any upcoming shows, but you're not wrestling right now. So guys, I think the most importantly thing is to just go follow him and see what he's doing with his wrestling career. And if people want to follow your career, where can they follow you at?
I have my page, and I will be making a Instagram to go along with that page. Yeah.
And
Oh,
what is that page where they can follow you at?
oh damn. I don't. Huh?
I'll just link it down, guys. I
Yeah,
already have
I
you.
don't. I haven't been on that page for a while, so it's uh so many heartful memories. So until I'm ready to open up that book of wrestling, I don't think I've be able to get on that page yet.
So, guys, I'll just link it down below. You can do your homework and see where he started and where he will be, and like just follow him and see. Hopefully, he'll update it on like what his plans are. But he's a simple person. He doesn't answer. He doesn't have much backstory to the questions. But I will be back tonight at 8 p.m. with a manager, CR O'Malley. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But like I said, follow him. Follow him on his journey and come out to your PPW shows because that was his home base. So if you want to support him, even though you're not supporting him because he's not wrestling, just go to PPW. It's fun. But you all have a great night. Bye.
Bye.